Hello, good morning, class. How are you feeling today? Well, it's good to know that you are doing great. Now, are you ready for another exciting lesson? All right. Now, today we're going to explore two powerful perspectives on language and identity. First, Lev Vygotsky's sociocultural theory, which sees language as a tool for cognitive growth. And second, Judith Butler's theory of performativity, which shows how our identities, especially gender, are shaped through language and repeated acts. Now, Lev Vygotsky believed that we learn best through the help of others. He introduced the concept of the zone of proximal development, or simply known as ZPD, which means the gap between what a learner or what you can do alone and what you can do with guidance. Meaning, language plays a huge role in this process. When children talk with adults or peers, they start to internalize those conversations. And over time, those external dialogues become internal thoughts. And that's how we grow cognitively. Now, let me show you an example through our activity. All right, try solving this puzzle. It's a little tricky, but talk me through what you are thinking. Okay, I think this piece goes here, but wait, that blocks the path. Good observation. What if you try rotating that piece? See what changes. Oh, yeah, if I rotate it, it connects to the next part. Okay, that works. Nice. You see what just happened? By explaining your thoughts out loud, you're able to organize them. And that's what Vygotsky meant by language guiding thought. I didn't give you the answer, I just help you stay in your ZPD. So just talking about it helps me think better? Exactly. And eventually, you won't need me. You'll guide yourself through problems using that same kind of language. All right. Let me try this on my own. She said to start with what I do know, then build from there. Well, makes sense. Okay. This part connects. So maybe if I rotate this one, that's what she meant by talking my way through it. It really does help. So last week I needed my teacher to guide every step. Now I'm kind of hearing her voice in my head, but I don't need her here anymore. And well, I guess that's what she meant by internalizing it. Adhering to, who was that again? Lev Vygotsky's sociocultural theory. Right now, that's it for Lev Vygotsky's social cultural theory. Moving forward, we also have Judith Butler. Judith Butler believed identity, especially gender, is not fixed. It is something we perform. Now, according to her theory of performativity, we become who we are through repeated words, actions, and norms we learn from society. For example, I'm sure you've heard this. Phrases like boys don't cry or act like a lady are more than just expressions. They teach us how to act, how to speak, and behave. So over time, those performances become our identity. Now, let's see how this shows up in everyday life. Okay, now, what do you notice about this act? Well, the boy looks all serious and tough, and the girl is just so happy and she is smiling. Right. Now, what kind of message does that send about how boys and girls are expected to act? That boys shouldn't show emotion and girls are supposed to be nurturing and happy? Exactly. Now, that's what Butler means. These aren't just stereotypes, they are performances we learn and repeat. And we often act them out without even realizing it. So, if I choose to act differently, like show emotions or not smile just because I'm a girl, I'm breaking that pattern. Yes, you are challenging the performance, and that's a powerful thing. When we first learned about Judith Butler and how gender is a performance, it honestly made me stop and think. I always assumed being a girl just meant, smiling a lot, not being too loud, always being polite, but I never questioned where that came from. And I thought it was just me. After the lesson, I started noticing things like how I always say sorry even when I didn't do anything wrong, or how I speak softer in groups even when I have something important to say. And that's what Butler meant. Those are performances, little habits I've learned over time just by being a girl in this world. I'm not mad about it, but I'm starting to ask why. Why do I feel pressure to smile when I'm uncomfortable? Or why do I worry about sounding too bossy when I give an opinion? Mhm. I am realizing that gender isn't just something we are, it's something we do every day. And even in small ways. And now I'm learning I can choose which parts of it I want to keep. So let's try to compare these two thinkers again. Vygotsky's key idea again is language develops thought through interaction. So what it means for you is that talk helps you learn and internalize skills. While for Butler, his key idea is that identity is performed through language. So it means that language teaches and reinforces or enforces social rules. So both theories show how powerful language really is. For Vygotsky, it's how we learn and grow. For Butler, it's how we become who we appear to be. So next time you speak, ask, am I learning something or performing something? That's it for today, class. I hope you get to learn something from our lesson. Thank you so much.